Hey there, it's me, Johnny, and welcome to the life and suffering of Sir Brant in times of the fall of the blessed Arcadian Empire. I know nothing about this game. All I know is that it is currently available for free, or at least the first chapters are. I know nothing about this game. All I saw was just some cool illustrations. It's kind of like a narrative storybook, but apparently it's kind of like a choose your own adventure, which I'm into. So I very much want to play this. Apologies if I don't sound up to par. Um, I'm a little tired, but we're gonna go through this. Sir, oh, Sir Jonathan Brand. Other characters will address you exactly like this. Consequences. You see the consequences of your possible choice in advance. This is a recommended game mode, as you will be able to direct the character's fate in the way you want. You can no disabled. You will not be able to go back to previous chapters and change your decisions. Yeah, I want this to be pure. I know this is recommended because I get to see the consequences. I don't want to see the consequences. I want to go in blind. And I like the idea of not being able to restart chapters. Before you lies the story of a single man. You will take on the role of Sir Brant and determine his goal and fate in life, from his birth to his true death. Our hero is unfortunate enough to be born in a cruel and ruthless world, one that is different from ours in many ways that may not be immediately apparent. This means that you must be ready to learn the ways of this world one step at a time. Your every decision will affect your hero's personality and family, his friends and foes, and even the outcomes of important events. The decisions you make will ultimately influence the state of affairs throughout the nation. When given a choice, choose whatever feels right for the world and for yourself. How will you live this life entrusted into your care? Will Sir Brant turn the tide of history, or will he be grounded into dust by the millstone of fate? This is for you to decide. Ooh, I like this. Alright. Your fingers are stained with ink. Your breathing grows ragged. Your hands are shaking, and the words begin appearing on the page before you, one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you? And how did you reach this end? Oh, you're born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcadian Empire. This land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth, whether human or Arcadian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And even life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. Years 1118, cool. Memories come flooding back, and engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life in a war drenched in blood, high ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle, and faces, so many faces of the people you held dear, the people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you to here, to the end of your time. Every choice has a price. Now years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory. The pain and joy, that's in your word, inextricably intermingled. Okay, cool. Could you have taken a different path, chosen a different calling, found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Though on the verge of death, you struggle with doubts, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question: your life, all the paths in life. Why did you walk this way? Did you choose your own fate, or was your life shaped by forces beyond control? What determines a man's destiny? The man himself. Life has always been yours to live. You made your own destiny. The path is charted for you by the people, the age, and the society in which you live. Your destiny was forged by a power greater than your will. And destiny does not exist. Human life is an exercise in chance. It is not governed by any law. I would say the man himself makes his own destiny. Whoa. You hear death's footsteps drawing near. You square your shoulders and take a deep, full breath. You have found your final answer. What is destiny other than a long chain of your own actions and decisions? No matter what happened in your life, you always had a choice. You lived the life you deserved. Only you can answer for it. Oh, the music's kind of weird. I love it though. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you'll have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. In these pages, the story of a man named Jonathan Brante will live once more. Childhood to adolescent to youth, peacetime, and revolt. Interesting. So I'm guessing the first two chapters are at least childhood and adolescence, maybe? Also, I did totally just open a drink real quick because I feel like I'm going to be reading a lot. I'm not mad about this at all, though. Let's keep going. Let's continue. Alright. Chapter 1. I should do the voice. In Chapter 1. Childhood. I hope this doesn't get annoying. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. Be all about a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so unforgiving. God, ain't that the truth? A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. You're already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? I don't fucking know. Important life events that may happen to you in this chapter. Fencing lesson beyond. Whoa, wait. You dare to study fencing like your father, even though you have no right but to it by birth. Small child, you suffer your first death and rebirth. You experience an insight when your owner tells you about the ways the world has lost its inhabitants. And the noble woman's sacrament. You challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. Oh, this is really interesting. Destiny, personality, House of Brand. Oh, cool. I'm a lowborn. I'm in a lowborn estate. So I'm ready for action. I represents your remaining inner strength and readiness for action. It is expended on difficult choices. I'm currently spineless and inattentive as a young babe of 0 years. Represents your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way. It affects your frame of mind and skills you have when you grow up. Okay. And then perception represents how attentive you are to other people and the world around you. Your ability to comprehend and learn. It affects your frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. And the House of Brand represents the honor of your family, your position in society, affects how the nobility treats your family. Currently, we are tarnished honor. Represents the financial state of your family, the level of your income and possession. What a moderate means. It represents how close and trusting your family is. It affects the fate of your family members. We're in peace. Not full peace, but... My heir is Stephen Brant. The heir of the Brant family and noble by birth, the only child in the family to raise in accordance with noble tradition. He is your grandfather's favorite and his hope for the future of the family. From a young age, he has been arrogant, aggressive, and competitive, striving to be first in all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. What a little dick. So looks like Stephen Brant was born of Amelia L. Bourne. And my sister The illegitimate daughter of your mother, Lydia. She had never met her real father. Oh, so she's sort of she's like a sort of sister. It's like a half sister. Okay. It's like I don't know the fucking term for what a half sister is. Sister's a dreamer. She often has her head in the clouds and can act recklessly at times. Pull commenter from the outskirts of Antoinez. No, Antoinez. What the fuck do I pull that from? In his neither her lowly origins nor the fact that her grandfather directly forbade the marriage stopped your father from taking her into his home. She now manages the household and raises Robert's children. Your mother is devoted to her faith and insists their children observe their lots. Cool, and that's my dad. And that's not my mother. She's a noble woman of the sword. And then Gregor Brante. Okay, cool. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm going to start with chapter 1. Okay. Oh, that's Destiny. Back to scene. Okay. Okay, childhood. Where life begins, first words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world around you for the first time. Yet it also here that you sow the seeds of your future self. What will you grow up to do? I don't fucking know. Oh. And I've been untouched by death. Oh shit, after suffering a lesser death when is reborn, he who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. So I can die 4 times. And then I'm fucked? Is that the notion that I'm getting? I don't know. Destiny screen is... Oh yeah, I figured all this out. Yep, begin chapter. Oh, I'm so excited. It's like a proper book. At first, there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. But then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. Well, it was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you were lying on your back, blinded by a bright, white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are a part of them. They are part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. My mom and dad. Oh. I'm sorry, real quick. Probably gonna be a light edit. I'm just gonna kind of have this as a bit of a chill. It's a chill one. You know, just sitting reading. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands towards you. There are 2 of them, the one who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They are united. Yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel the difference. It is within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft, empathetic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it never ends. The second figure is strong, powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. But there's also a third figure. It is like a shadow. That's... that's a little unsettling. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. Soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loose the swaddling cloth wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. They smile at the figure standing behind them. Each of the fists reach over the palm. The first choice to really feels like it's kind of really matters. And I didn't put the show the consequences on because I want this to be 100% pure. I make a decision, based on what my gut says and what I think. Here's what I think. If I smile with a shadow, I think I'm going to be more of an independent, maybe possibly more rebellious figure. If I reach up for the fist, I'm going to be more like my father. He's a bit more stern and strict, but commanding, so I'll probably be a bit more like a man's man. Reach up for the palm, be a bit more of a mother's boy, which is never a bad thing, and I'll be a bit soft, maybe not softer, but more empathetic. So, damn, I don't know. This is actually kind of interesting. You know, fuck it, I'm gonna smile at the shadow. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words. It's all you hear is the secrets of booming sounds. The stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. Okay, that feels like positive. The shadow brings a finger to its lips and, as off to say, there, baby. No, that kind of voice. There, baby. Don't cry. This is our secret now. And the shadow melts to the light. Okay, cool. I got more will. Oh, that's a terrifying visual. Your life in the world begins. How will you live it? We'll see. Ooh. My first year of life. Very uneventful, apparently. Just pass by. Okay. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. I get a voice. Hello there, little Jonathan Brante. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. My, you're growing so quickly, my child. Was the voice says. There are two more children in the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Gloria sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first step. Stefan likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you into the air. Oh look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, my little brother. We're gonna play together. But I'll always be in charge, 'cause you were born a commoner. More better, Dick. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Jonathan. Let's go play in the yard. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another, as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. And you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright, it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How's he going to play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. It's strange, but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other. Then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes her hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. Light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason. Then she's gone. You no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. I feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. They forget about you? Do they abandon you? Start crying, hoping to be found. Start playing with leaves and twigs and little bugs. I'm gonna find my way back. Fuck it. I'm an independent dude. You get up on your feet, swaying a little bit. Carefully take your first step, then lose your balance and plump down on the ground again. But you are determined. You get up again and keep walking in the direction Gloria went. You walk out of the bushes and further toward the wall of the house. Then the most tender and gentle hand in the whole world embrace you, pick you up. Mother has found you. There you are! You lean on Mother's chest and hold onto her with your arms. You want her to know that you came here all by yourself, without any help. She pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears. Stefan is starting at his feet. She is here now. Cool. I'm still spineless, but not as spineless. You're two. Okay. This is a lot of cluttering. Another memory. You were still a little child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work. There are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. And even your older brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is your great descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You're too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs, even the carpet has been taken away. There's nothing there but a wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms. We'll be eating nothing but grilled stale bread. On the day of the great descent, everyone must be where they belong. That's... Okay. It is quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You're sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, the lonely sound of the empty room. It is the little song that Mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. I gotta sing. Hold on. I'm gonna try and sing. When the twins came down to the earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand. Guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil. Always patient, never spoil. Live your lot where you were born. To the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer. For the twins see everywhere. What the fuck is this class system bullshit? You're transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Jonathan? Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar any time from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. And if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are noble ones. Mama's a commoner too. So the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots, The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not really sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Glory stares at you. Did you get silly? Get silly? Then she, oh, did you get it silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerges two figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder. The other stands guard behind her back. What is happening before your very eyes? Unable to turn away. That's creepy. Chloe sprang to the song. Unaware of what is happening, she sings the final verses one more. Feel compelled by the divine sight to express yourself somehow. Feel words condensing within you from the light. But what will these words be? Finish the song properly. You feel compelled by the divine sight to express yourself somehow. Express myself. You know your law and know the prior. That's just a little intense, buddy. The lots of lies told everywhere. Shout these words, but have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Glory is staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes. I'm gonna die. Am I gonna die? Jonathan, that's not the way the song ends. Why'd you ruin it? Quite pleased with your cleverness. I mean, /Jonathan Brant is not wrong. I mean, it sounds like, you know, this stupid class system that may be preached by the church. I don't know. Wouldn't be surprised. You know, keep people in check. You know, be like, hey, no. You know, commoners, you do your thing. Nobles, you leave me. You preach. You're starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father's a nobleman, but not by birth. His is a title earned through great service, but your mother is a lowborn commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may yet come unto nobility. You learn to read at an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and all night. The light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. The older brother Stefan now spends less and less time playing with Gloria. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names, and Stefan pulls her pigtails. Oh, little dick. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way already. Soon, you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, boy or girl. You will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud to you, for you. You find these stories of war and generals and rebellions enchanting. Father approves of your fascination. Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a nobleman at the mantle and ruin your sword. But first, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. It is. Whoa. Someone get hit? Keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You're both ashamed and proud. It feels odd. Scratching your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro in the carpet. You don't want to look at your mother. You would rather not see her angry. She's not as gentle as you these days. Why did you hurt Stefan, Jonathan? You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare you pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with a real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you. Voice is stern, yet you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You're my son, and I was born a common. Our lot is to suffer, but your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn... I've not been doing the voice. The sooner you learn, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look at your mother. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. I'm a fucking question the status quo, baby. I don't know. I demand that Mother explain why things are like this. Start asking questions. Why were you born a commoner if your father is a noble? If you have a father's name, why can't you have his lot? And why can't you choose a lot for yourself if you don't like the one you have? Mother stunned by all the questions you are peppering her with. Don't you dare ask me about that, Jonathan. I'll violate my lot if I start explaining all that to you. I'm a commoner, not a priest. Oh, shit. Is that blood? You're flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. Tears keep rolling down your cheeks. It feels like the punishment will never end. It hurts to walk when you are finally let go. You slowly climb down the stairs and walk to your room. You see a book on your bed, The Teaching of Insatius, Volume 2. Man, your tears have dried now. You begin to read, slowly making your way through the difficult words. Every death of the body bringeth the soul ever closer to the twin's judgment. And the body dieth a true death, and the soul soareth to the shining pillar. The twin gods do judge every soul, and the judgment is stern and unforgiving. He who followeth his lot in life and birth shall melt in bliss atop the peak of the shining pillar. The words confuse and elude you, instilling fear and awe. You will read the mysterious book again and again as you go on. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day she grows heavier, and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day she takes your hand and puts them on her big belly. You feel movement deep inside her. You'll have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks into the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar. She sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey Jonathan, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you. But don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mom hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stefan? Our judge is my fault. Our judge... Okay. Hold on, let me get a drink real quick. Our judge is my second father. In the past, I had another. Mother says the twins are great. She says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell him it is mine. It's really fucking depressing. God, this is like class system, this is like an intense class system, but like a religiously based class system. That's kind of freaky. It's a very interesting concept for a story, though. Like, I'm really into it, and I love that it gives you the option to, defy it. And I'm like, no, fuck this. I don't want to, fuck this. I don't want to be a part of this. Just because I was born into this world doesn't mean I have to accept it. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there. Then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves the chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She is holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. No, don't hit her! Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry. Her face grows dark with rage. Gloria standing before you, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run. But there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mother. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. And I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly care for children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble. But that is not your fate, and you're absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Your mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribble sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria stops violently. You are bystander to this scene. Unsure. Why? Oh, I don't have enough perception. I don't have enough perception. But I do have enough. I could. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. That seems dickish. I'm gonna comfort her. If I can't write, I'm gonna comfort her. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking. But I didn't leave you alone. You're not mad at me? Really? You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces him. Jonathan, you're the best little brother in the world. Oh, you're happy. Can I look at the family and see the relationship? Oh, so this looks to be oh, he's very indifferent. So this is the relationship between. So he doesn't like me at all. Apparently, Gregor Brant doesn't like me at all. But apparently, Lydia Brant likes me. Gloria likes me. Oh, status and gratitude. Gloria remembers what you have done for her. Aww. Well, this makes me happy. A little too. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets. Always, of course. Absolutely, Gloria. Ooh, I got a bunch of will. I'm energetic. Yes. I got a fire in my heart. God, I love this a lot. Actually, this is really exciting and fun for me. I don't know why, but I love this. It's such an enthralling story. Man, I love this. Mother's in her armchair, knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for a little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. Ah, cool. My father's in law. I would be 4 by this time, right? Okay. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria's the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How's that even possible? You're all family, aren't you? Several, well, Stefan seems a bit distant. Usually because he distances himself. Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. First, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave. Then she relents. You are told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins. First to the elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you are a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, You walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is a blessing in your lot. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? Holy fuck, that second line. On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looked different about them. It's like everything's the same, and yet nothing is the same anymore. Dude, fuck this system, man. Dude, fuck this system. Like, straight up fuck this system. Stefan's a little prick. Gloria's like this sweet little girl that I fucking want, like, to have and, like, shelter from the fucking world. I want her to be my fucking child so that I can fucking nurture and support her. What the fuck is this? And the worst part is that just, like, people are just apparently okay with this. Like, fuck, like, that... Like, when I see that second line, like, I actually feel, like, a visceral feeling in my back. I don't know if any of you else do. Like, I get, like, this visceral feeling in my back. That, like, it's this empathetic twinge. I don't know what it is. I hate it. God, fuck this system, man. Fuck it. Each of them have accepted their lot. I'm not accepting my lot. Fuck that. I'm not accepting my lot. My lot is to be this little bitch. Ooh. It represents how close and trusting family is. It affects the fate of your family members. So because of this separation, because one half of the family is noble and the other half is commoner. God, this is really interesting right now. Your siblings, Stefan and Gloria, took their sacrament at the temple. I'm not taking my sacrament at the temple. Fuck that. Fuck that. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling cloths is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him, oh no. The two of you will play together and tease Stefan together, and help Mother together, and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest of the family. But everything is different. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She's so worn out she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You enter Mother's bedroom. Miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, Jonathan, you're bothering me. She spits these words out by teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already! When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and stares, shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You're scared of your mother's right now, but your fear of Nathan's life. I have the willpower. Fuck it! Snatch the job! You leap at your mother and demand she give you Nathan. She freezes. She freezes when she hears the words. You snatch your little brother out of her arms. She chokes with rage and falls on the bed screaming. You run away to the crib. Your baby brother is heaving in your arms. He sniffles. You sway him gently like Mother did, quietly sing him a lullaby about the twins. Nathan calms down. Soon he closes his eyes. You put the newborn on your bed and swear on your life that no one will ever hurt him when you're around. Fucking damn straight. You hear heavy footsteps in the hallway. Father is playing. He looks at you and at Nathan, somewhat confused. You did something bigger than you today, son. It is a noble deed to protect your family. But you should have come to me. Please understand, this was my duty, not yours. You saved your baby brother from harm. If you feel yourself ready to take the responsibility to protect others, then maybe you can walk the path of the noble when you're older. But for now, we should bring him back to your mother. Come with me. Takes Nathan up. Your brother is fast asleep, breathing quietly. The three of you return to Mother's bedroom. Father puts Nathan back in the crib. Mother is no longer screaming. She embraces you. Please forgive me. The twins I was out of my mind. Please don't be angry with me. Response. Oh. Hell yeah. Whoa. That was minus will? That took away from... Fuck, dude. That took away from my will. Your younger brother, Nathan, is born. Dude, this is... I feel like racked with like so much anxiety and excitement. I'll probably do this entire episode as the childhood stage, and then I'll do the second chapter in another episode. You wake up to your father's touch on your shoulders. He's finally back home after a long trip. Jonathan, today is your special day, the day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you. You must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. Okay, and since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market. Stefan wants to come with you too, but father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this. Stays quiet. Dusty, noisy city streets. A pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Enezold. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There is a big shadow in the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. Wow, what a visual. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our gods? Oh, my son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our gods? Only disciples. It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy knows why. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to the city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never seen so many once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of Empire's greatest warriors of all time. Oh, I have. You want the all Holy Order set. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Very well. War is in your lot for now. But maybe these toy soldiers would teach you to think like a general. You would lead them into battle and study military strategies. Go ahead, take your presents. Having said that, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. There's a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He's about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you, and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls. Here's it. He hit me! He hit me! A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. Your own father's hand on your shoulder. What happened? You press against father. Your mind more at ease now. You are the protector. Yes. You shove the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. It is true, Jonathan. It is true, Jonathan. Did you strike? No, I'm not gonna step. Why would I say that it's all my fault? I didn't. Hold on, let me think. Let me think for a moment. Because this... Let's read this real quick. Okay, there's a fancy dress boy in the way. He is about to take the warriors himself. Did it say? So, I mean, it does kind of say that, like... I mean, it wasn't mine. Do I take it for myself? You quietly say that it was an accident. You tell father that you repay the impudent blind kind. You step between the adults and say that it was all your fault. No, I'm not going to say that it was all my fault. Fuck that. It was not all my fault. Because I need to ask why I'm doing this. Did the boy do it? Now, here's the question. Here's my two choices. I'm not going to deny my guilt. I won't deny my guilt. That I won't do. Because I did do something. The question is, do I admit my guilt or tell him the truth? Telling him the truth would mean, yes, I admit it, but I admit it in a proud manner that would also make the kid seem like an asshole. Which, in a way, he kind of is. Here's the thing I'm thinking of. I don't want to be a convict. I don't want to just accept my lot. Because I feel like that's not what I want to do. I feel like in my heart I don't, because I personally don't believe that how you're born affects you as a person. So I think I'm going to tell him the truth. Tell father you repaid the impudent boy in kind. The only question is this going to piss off the nobleman more? But my father's a noble too. Fuck, this is actually so difficult. I mean, it's not... Admitting my guilt says that it was all of my fault. It was all my fault. If I say it was all my fault, then that excuses the boy's behavior. If I tell him the truth, then I'm saying, yeah, I did it, but also, he did this too. I'm not necessarily lying to him, I'm telling him the whole truth. I'm telling him the whole situation that happened, that transpired. But how does that sound, though? Let me read this back. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. There's a fancy dressed boy in your way. He's about to take the warrior's form himself. He elbows your side and reaches for the box. So he does technically hit me first. That is a thing. He does elbow me first. And I push him aside from behind because he... Now, it does say anger overcame me. But, I mean, anyone would be upset if they got elbowed. If they got, like, elbowed aside. And also being elbowed aside, being elbowed aside kind of hurts. So, I mean... Basically what I'm saying, he hurt me, I got upset, and I hit him back. And I'm now remembering what my mother said, of that I don't hit back because I'm a commoner, he's a noble. So the real question is, did I learn my lesson? And you know what? Fuck it. No. It isn't fair to blame you without letting you speak too. You didn't want to shove the stupid boy. He was the one who shoved you first. But the angry nobleman, the boy's father, will not let you finish. Nobody cares a whit for your so-called truth. Little lowborn. The law is the law, and your punishment is due. Your father nods in agreement to these words, no matter how sad they are to make. You're sharp. You are told to bow to him and show humility. A bad feeling sends you. Satisfied grin, the boy swings his arm and slaps you across the cheek. Strikes you again and again. Enough! You got what he deserved. We're leaving. Get out of our way. Your head is swimming from the heavy blows. You return to your senses back in your bed with servants streaking your face. Father stays by your side all day. The morning after, you find a little box in your bed with the tin soldiers and the holy orders aside. You pay dearly for your stubbornness. Yeah. No, fuck that kid. No, fuck that kid. You know, look, I get it. Like, I get it, but like, look, I took my licks, but you know what? I was honest. I was candid. I told him that it was the boy, and you know what? My father stood up for me. He said, okay, that's enough, that's enough. Okay. Today, father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home, outside of the confines of his always locked study. Oh, he spent the entire day playing with Nathan. discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden, and now at dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together, the father at the head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny sing-songy voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praises his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with father to show his skills at a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on a chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile in his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk of the night. It feels so good, so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the small table, at the same table. No fights, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. When a servant approaches, with a letter in his hand, he reads in the dim light, and each line washes the smile off father's face until a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Gregor Brante is coming back to Enazot. He is the head of our family. My father. He ain't gonna like me very much, I feel. Your grandfather Gregor Brante returns to the family home from the capital. I have a feeling he's not gonna like me. I have this ever so slight feeling that he's really not gonna like me. So I'm just grabbing another drink because I have been drinking this entire time to kind of keep yawns aside and also keep my throat refreshed, because this is a lot of reading, but I'm enjoying this reading a lot right now. I'm loving every ounce of this right now. There has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria that she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. Make Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. I feel so bad for Gloria, man. I fucking love her. It's a good day. So hot your neck is. How's my standing with her right now? Sympathy. Okay. So we're still good. Stefan is indifferent. My mom likes me. My dad likes me. And he is less than indifferent. Okay. What's my destiny looking like so far? Okay. So this is the special stuff. Okay. What's my personality like? I'm a lowborn. I'm very inattentive. I need to be more perceptive. I think I need to be more perceptive. I don't know. I think it's impossible to be fully well-rounded, but yeah, back to Zane. Then one day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, mother, Stefan, Gloria, you, and Nathan. The entire Brante family stands in the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first in the Brante family to be a noble by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honourably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I've been away far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit.
And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor?
They are being raised in a virtuous family, father.
And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing. Now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake.
Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder, reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to Yola is next.
What is this, Robert? 10 soldiers in your youngest son's room. He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming about battle.
Grandfather sees the box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Oh, I don't have enough to rescue my 10 warriors. Another anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present for the first day of your studies. It means so much to you. What if he's right? What if you need to prove you're right? To command toy soldiers first. Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into a roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in flames.
I don't have fucking will to do that! Shit!
I want to do that one, but okay, strike Grandfather. Fuck you. Fuck you, Granddad. Fuck you, Granddad. I don't care if you're overwhelmed by helpless rage. You run your grandfather, kick him in the leg with all the strength you want. Yet he is immovable. Next thing you see is him leaning, towering over you menacingly, his heavy walking stick in hand.
Low-born scum! How dare you raise a hand to me!
The blow hits home. The handle of the walking stick is as heavy as a rock. You are dazed, robbed of both hearing and sight. Down come another blow. A sharp pain splits your head. The darkness. Holy shit, are you kidding me? Hand twitches against your will, and again, like it's trying to catch a flying butterfly, and you fall into a primordial void. The void takes away a part of you. One of the lives you were given to live will never return. There's pain, desperation, and a sense of loss. Nothing can be done. You fall into a pain that embraces you like a soft featherbed. You feel light, free, no restraints. Just a warm glow that envelops you in its insecure embrace. The waves carry you. Their torch is soft. They delicately enshroud what was once your body. It is a feeling unlike anything you have ever experienced before. Something absolute and complete. You touch something greater, the reason behind everything, the reason for your very existence. It's the twins. The younger noble and the elder commoner. Or maybe it's the elder how does that work? You're sculpted from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt, a boundless and sincere unity of the diverse. The beginning was the spark that cast this light in all directions, and now you are here again, the moment the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of a shining pillar. You see it, in the north as always. It's the tree they were talking about. A wave of light carries you to 2 figures. The elder is nearest. He's ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. So commoner, eldest is commoner, eldest is commoner, youngest is noble. Got it. The waves pause, the eldest leans over you and plants a feather-like kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You're filled with unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this, and they love you. You will never be alone. You are a part of them, part of your family, part of this universe. The twin gods will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out amongst the waves, sending you further down the torrent of light. You float on to the top of the silver tree's spreading crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down along its trunk. You do not wish to part with the warmth, the softness, with the love. You turn around. The elder is still watching you. He nods. All is as it should be. Go, your time is not yet come.
You must return to the world. As you tumble down towards you comprehend the true meaning of your lesser death, and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins that is the origin of all life in this world. What is the manifestation of this love in your mortal life? By creating the Empire, the twin gods cared for all living creatures. The Empire is the only thing that gives us a place in the world and a connection to others. It is an enormous family made for people by the gods. It could be a stronger manifestation of love than your very existence. Your every emotion, every thought, every action exists by virtue of the love from which the twins change the world they have created, to influence it with your deeds. Whatever it is, cause, sudden comprehension of the love with which the entire world is imbued illuminates your mind, and it fades away and vanishes. You regain the sensation of your flesh. It is heavy and unwieldy. It lacks the lightness, the light. That light is a burden. It's smothering you. You gasp for air. Your chest expands painfully. You feel as though your lungs are about to burst. The stagnant odor of the crypt fills them. Revolting. So real. You are back. You smell a sickly moist smell. You feel dampness all around you. Come back to your senses. Gloom of the family crypt lying flat on a stone slab. Holy shit, I actually died. Oh, he does not like me. He does not like me. Okay, cool. What's my personality like? Okay, so I have 4, so I'm resolute, I'm ready for action, and I'm curious. My destiny, okay, so I died. So I suffered my first death as a small child. So I did die. Oh, shit. You smell this? Okay. Your parents are on their way to the crypt right now. You hear the muffled voices, they are arguing, and against all rules, Mother will not agree with Father. Why would Sir Gregor do this? He just took one of our child's lives. Lydia, my father is our family's head, and the boy raised a hand to him. There was nothing we could do, and Father did admit that he was too hard on him. Please do not anger Sir Gregor. You need to accept this. It will never happen to any of our children ever again. Their voices grow quiet as they lean over you. You lean on your elbows to try and get up from the stone. Mother gingerly wraps a cloak over your naked body as you shiver from the cold. My son, your first death came far too soon. I know it may be difficult to realize what happened, but know this. The twin gods are ever merciful. You are a child, and your time to leave for the hereafter has not yet come. You will be returned here by the gods twice more, but do not tempt fate again, and never, ever defy those who can easily take your life. Jonathan, you have angered your grandfather greatly. Do not stand in Sir Gregor's way ever again, and he will never hurt you again. For now, just stay away from him. Father stays a step away from you. Not saying a word, when Mother finishes talking, he picks you up and carries you outside. Together, your parents take you from the family crypt. On the way out the crypt, you take a moment to touch your head. It's perfectly fine. There's no sign of the blow. Back home, your grandfather is still walking through the house, examining the room. You can see that Stefan and Gloria are disturbed by what just happened. Nathan starts crying when he sees you. The playroom still reeks of blood and pain. There's something new about you now. A pitch-black stripe on your left arm. Looks like a strange bit of dirt at first. It will not wash up. It will be like that forever, Mother explains. That's all she will say of it. So I died. Shit, I straight up fucking died. That's cool. So I guess people die multiple times in this world before they're treated. This event is a consequence of your previous action. Father's sword. Oh shit! Wait, what? Wait, do I get a special? Father's not working on wheels. You often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard practicing his fences. You're allowed to watch, but that is it. You're forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It is a new day today, and Father's been busy studying.
Since early this morning, Father took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your study is done for today. The house is empty. You spot Father's sword hanging by the yard door. You must have left it by accident after it fainted. You deliberate at first, then grab the sword and resolve backside. At last you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it was made specifically for him, and it is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired. But this is something. Imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as the thin blade slices through you. When you swing too far, the blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through the shirt stained with fabric crimson. The sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. Try to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop. Bleeding, all you do is make it fall fast.
Jonathan! What are you doing?
The familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Fellow walks up to you briskly, his rugged arms ripped off a length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace.
My son, why did you have to take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's human sword back when I was a lad. One day you might have a chance to earn the right to carry a weapon. But first you must have patience and step and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself.
You really spent time with your father. Without someone else around. There was a paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder barely hurts now. You will be glad to be convinced by what he said. How can you forget your dream? How can you bandage just to learn and father's support? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? Muster all the courage and beg Father to teach you. Father's inquisitive look presses you for an answer. It takes you a long time to muster enough courage to speak. You beg him to teach you how to fight, at least the very basics that will certainly come in handy in the future. They'll be the first steps towards becoming a nobleman. Now it takes Father a long time to respond. He's about to speak, and you expect a refusal, but he says nothing. He draws a quick, sharp breath, but remains quiet. Finally, he offers you the sword.
But remember, Jonathan, you are not a warrior. Not yet.
You will study this like you study your instincts. He teaches you the first lesson right away. You learn to dodge attacks. There are several times where the tip of the blade cuts the air dangerously close to your nose. It is scary and difficult, but you manage it. Ooh, I'm exhausted. Shit. I'm -5 for my willpower. Shit. But my determination is up. From the day forth, Father teaches you the foundation of sword fighting in great secret. You use your passion for tree climbing to explain the cuts you received during training. So you learn how to hold your own in a duel. Will you ever need this art in real life? Okay, cool. Soon grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stefan goes with him. From that day on, Father's hired teachers tend to you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life of the blessed Archaean Empire. You often distract yourself with their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your older brother, too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stefan. Grandfather sent him to a boarding school for nobles. He is now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are too strict. You can't even sneeze without a teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We're learning how to live as nobles in a society of nobles. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. With Stefan now at the boarding school, Grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the empire. He has to travel there. One day, you ask Mother where he lived. In Eternia, she says. But now his place is here. Each time Grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. He was now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating Grandfather's chambers, cleaning his library and sitting room. Sometimes Father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject the house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's answer is always the same.
This home is mine, and I will live here as befits a man of the nobility.
Some days Grandfather stays home, and on those days you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you could avoid family breakfast. The food is there. You cannot bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She's been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table, where nobody used to sit before.
Robert, it is high time your youngest son underwent their sacrament.
Our youngest sons. Sir Brante, please, let them live free of the law for a while longer. They are but...
Shut your mouth! Robert, that wife of yours is impertinent enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen, where she belongs. It is time you reconsider a real marriage, Robert. One to a woman of a proper station.
Gloria drops a fork. Grandfather shoots her scathing look. A tear rolls down Mother's cheek. Father does not look away from him. His hands clenched into a fist.
Baroness Loda is such a woman. She is a comely widow and a fine match. She is suing for her inheritance right now. Could use proper support and a husband. You can keep your low-born Lydia around if you like. Servant, kept woman, lover, I don't care. I will not do that, Father. I am the head of this family, and the family's standing took a severe blow after your man married that commoner. It is unthinkable. How could you give up the memory of a beautiful Amalia born from this lowly woman and the bastard child of hers? And now you have a chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me.
Father nods curtly, trying not to look in Mother's direction.
Father, I wish to see Stefan. If I find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared.
Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate, and leaves, while his lips move silently. Nobody says a word. When Father stands up and orders you and the other children back to your rooms, he needs to speak to Mother in private. Before bedtime, he sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts a crease on the woolen blanket. He distances himself from you after Stefan's departure, so you are not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face in the dark. There's a sour expression on it. My son, Baroness Elma Loda, will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down. This much dressing for Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She's been crying, and for a long time. It hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets, your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look upon his face. It's like wheels and horses that covers the yard, and a pair of dainty heels come clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still, fearing Grandfather's observant eye. The door opens. See the guest. Beautiful, dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Father takes the hand of Lady Loda and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother.
Baroness, allow me to introduce you. Robert's son, Jonathan Nathan Brante. Frankly, it's his eldest, Stefan, who deserves the most attention, but currently is studying in Eterna, with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his younger sons will also make him proud one day.
I don't have Robert Brandt's gratitude, but damn. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her? Will you accept her here next to Mother, or your father's rightful wife? My dad wanted me to be on my best behavior and be polite. I don't want to say that I'm neglecting my mother. I love my mother. I love Gloria. I'm never going to treat them bad. We'll greet the Baroness politely. You follow Father's example and kiss the Baroness's fingers gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber, ringing like chimes. You gallantly offer to lead her to the sitting room. Lady Loda graciously agrees. Behind your back you can hear Mother sobbing. It's not that I don't accept her, it's just I want to... Fuck her. Engaged in small talk over dinner, she tells him of the woes of litigation over her late husband's inheritance, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father is mostly silent, only getting in a word or two. You do your absolute best to behave yourself. After the decorous farewells to Lady Aloda, Father quietly thanks you for your model behavior. The morning after he leaves for a tenure with Grandfather to visit Stefan, Father spends almost the entire day in the bedroom. You cannot bring yourself to speak to her. Did that? Oh, that hurt the relationship. Damn. Oh, that actually really hurts. That really hurts. The name of Bear? You ever hear your parents talking about how the grandfather's already poisoned Stefan's mind against him? And he greeted Father with cold hostility. Now, Father returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You ever hear your parents talking about how the grandfather has already poisoned Stefan's mind against him? And he greeted Father with cold hostility. The Baroness Aloda was never mentioned in the house again. Damn, that's a trade-off. I don't like this, like, God, this trade-off of, like, one or the other. Oh, at least he's less indifferent. Oh, God, this is... Oh, year 25. I'm going to keep my promise. I'm going to play through the entire first chapter, no matter how long it is. I'm going to play through the entire first chapter. The minimal cuts to no cuts. Yeah, kaleidoscope. Ooh. Father now checks on your studies often and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wished Stefan had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear these words from your father of all people. This trip to the capital took longer than expected. It was lighter around the house without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scene. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room, across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She's already helped you progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now, she seems preoccupied with a strange tune. Aren't you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you? Oh, I ask. Aren't you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you? And the big head. Aren't you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you? You ask. Rachel shrugs. Grandfather always says they should get rid of me. I'm used to it by now. He hurts you a lot. Well, it's because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way. That's it. She shows you the strange tube she's been holding all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer in the tiny hole at one end of the tube. Your eyes see a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors. Mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fire burning in the fireplace into a cavalry made of flames. You're riding at the front of a fiery horseman, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines, and you swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. You look at the blue sky through the window. The patterns are unending, secretive, calm and peaceful, just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. Deep blue melts away to a scattering of gold radiating gentle warmth, like Mother's arms. Fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic blue pattern. Again and again, you see your family in these interconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. In the middle of this golden glow, you see Gloria's green eyes, gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago. Books are abandoned, and time slips away unchecked. You're still busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes. Before your eyes again and again, but you cannot preserve it. How do you try? We're caught in a conflict. I don't have enough willpower because my willpower is -5. So I can't do either. Should you take it apart and ask Gloria how it works? I keep enjoying the patterns it shows you. Still have less than fuck it. I can't do the others. You continue peering into the ever-changing patterns the kaleidoscope was you. Become truly interesting when they pointed at the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. Follows another, filling yours with clanging steel and neighing of horses, leading the Imperial army now. Everybody's so proud of you.
says you're better than Stefan. The stone voice cuts your daydream short. You must not try of trying. It's evening now. You've got your hands on this toy, Jonathan. Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You will have double the lessons tomorrow. Okay. At least I got all my will back, and then some. Grandfather's visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. It has become something you are used to, something nagging, yet not unordinary, like a splinter or stain on your trousers. The tension still remains, however. Grandfather's disdain for everyone in the house is so palpable, it almost stings for real. Your lesson with the tutor are done for the day. But today, you are walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slight open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap her lightly on the shoulder. She is startled. Oh, it's you, Jonathan. Look, Grandpa's eating something. He's sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another now and then. Beside them all you see candied fruit, sweet confectionery forbidden to the common estate, like all sweet things. Yet Grandfather's face showed no pleasure as he keeps consuming the high-born treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on a shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city at this time. Gloria nudges you to elbow and looks at the candy bowl. When you look at her, the first emotion you feel is fear. Next comes curiosity. It is stronger. Stefan used to boast that candied fruit tastes incredible. Now you have a perfect opportunity to try it. You try candied fruit first. The sugar taste starts to melt as soon as you put it in your mouth. Put it on your tongue, I mean. It is so sweet. You have never eaten anything as good as this. You take the whole bowl off the shelf and give it to your sister. She takes a fruit and brings it to her mouth carefully, like a pet treasure. There's a thumping on the stairs. Oh shit. There's a thumping on the stairs. Footsteps accompanied by the knocking for walking steps. You have no idea why, but Grandfather's back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria after you. She is frozen in place with the bowl in her hand. It opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances in Gloria. Sees no. You squalid, ungrateful, noble child! How dare you bite the hand that feeds you! You and your trot-about mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. Sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble estate, not for the likes of you. Did you forget your lot? His hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. She falls to the floor right to where you're hidden. Her fingers glistens with the warm melted sugar that brought you here. Grandfather advances again, his walking stick ready, but he sees you huddling behind the armchair. Please don't hurt me, Sir Brante. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me. You can already see a bruise on Gloria's cheek. It was on the beginning of a punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed. And like you can still avoid your punishment. What is it then, milksop? Did you try the sugar too? Just stop the piece of filth. Okay. Tell the truth, and my willpower will not go up. See, lying, I don't want to lie, and telling the truth kind of seems like the boring option here. Yeah. You jump up and try to shield Gloria, and you start boasting right in his face. Yes, you did eat the sugary treat, and it was very much the opposite of sweet, but then Gloria did not have time to eat hers, or it would have disappointed her too. Gloria catches on in a moment. Yeah, sugary treats are for fat, noble kids, but they're gross to us. We're just commoners. You continue her train of thought. Why, we simply got curious after Stefan started boasting about it. He told us these treats are so good, you could eat them forever. But no, your elder brother lied. They're simply unbearable. But then again, what else would you expect from your grandfather's darling Stefan? Ooh, your grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow. You dare mock me? I will not let it stand. Know this, know your place, you foul, low-born scum! He keeps hitting you until he grows tired, and he leaves you where you are, muttering in impotent rage. Soon enough, Mother comes in to find the two of you on the floor, too afraid to move. She shakes her head in disappointment. You're badly hurt, covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts of the laws, and how important it is to follow them. Gloria's face is bruised and swollen, but she still gives you a weak smile. We got him so riled up. Too cold and has made honorable noble feel helpless. Makes all the pain worth it. Isn't
that right, brother? Your entire body hurts from the heavy blows, but deep inside you are ecstatic. You stood up to grandfather today. It is a victory you will remember for the rest of your life. He does not like me. My determination went up. Yes! I'm still not very perceptive. Where am I? I don't like this. Oh, let's look at this thing real quick. Let's look at my personality real quick. Okay, I'm two. I don't need to be all the way. I just want to be more than an attentive. I'm 7 years old. Okay, my willpower is 5. My determination is 6. We're in a modest position. We're pretty good. We're moderate means, but we are in disagreement. I'm in good standing with Nathan and Gloria. Mom's indifferent. Dad likes me. Stefan doesn't even know me anymore. And Grandpa hates me. Okay. I love this progression. It's so fucking cool. It's so organic. It feels so organic and nice. Father and Mother have been focused on Nathan and you since early morning. Instead of breakfast, you are told to say your prayers, wash your hands and faces, get dressed in plain white shirts. Today is the day of your sacrament. Mother, I want to go play in the yard. No playing today. You and Jonathan are big boys now. It is time for you both to have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot. I don't want a lot. Be quiet and listen. You're born commoners, so you must accept a lowborn lot before the twins. When you grow up, you get a chance to earn a noble lot. Mother takes you to the couch. Nathan is hungry. He starts whining. Grandfather's the last to get in the carriage. His eyes are on you and your brother, looking for every fault. Soon the carriage is moving along the streets of Enizon. Slowly and solemnly, one more turn, and you see the colossal white building, marked by 2 massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you are to enter the Church of the Twin Gods. You enter the gate and walk into the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into 2 halves. They're drastically different from one another. The floor on one side is rough and jagged, covered in dried brown spots, while the floor of the other is made of smooth marble. Commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and well-dressed nobles and their families sit on pews. Father and Grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see a wincing pain for the lowborn estate to suffer in the house of the faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and other children will take the sacrament today. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with a sword in one hand and a hefty whip in the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. He just likes this place. He is scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach roils in an easy anticipation. The first child to take the sacrament is a jaunty? Yes, jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends the swords before him and recites the words of his laws. From this day forth, he will fight and rule and pursue the others. His mind now forever free from the throes of suffering, for he now belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade to his lips. Nathan is sent to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fearful trance and tries to break free. The acolyte pulls him towards the altar, throws him on the jagged floor of the lowborn side. The sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, spraying the drops of blood around him. Oh shit, that's marvelous. I don't want it, Jonathan. Why do they want to whip me? What did I do? You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and you protect him, but the acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. He starts reciting the words of the lot as he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure and work, and suffer. Thou shalt be ardent in thy labour, and humble and obedient to thy brothers. And now cometh thy first true suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks, strikes his right shoulder, strikes his left shoulder, blows so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his loss. Nathan gets on his feet and drags himself forward. Dragging himself to his mother, his knees torn and bloodied, his spirit broken. Okay, it is your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk to the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below. So sharp your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. Once you get down, you feel the lash begin to draw blood. You strike. This is thy sacrament. I mean, catch the last. I'm not accepting the common lot. Want to know why? And I'm not accepting the noble lot. And I'm not kissing the sword because I want the noble lot necessarily. I'm kissing the sword because I want to say, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm not going to let my birth determine who I want to be. Yeah.
The whip slices through the air, about to strike, but your eyes are transfixed in the blade the priest holds in his other hand. You jump up in a way, the lash misses you. You grab the blade with your hands. It cuts into them without mercy. The priest wrenches it away from your bloody fingers. You look him straight in the eyes. I am Jonathan of House Brante! The priest freezes in shock. You seize this moment, pull the soul closer, kiss the smooth, cold blade. The cries of outrage amongst the churchgoers. Mother prostrates herself on the jagged floor, racked with fear. Father remains still, baffled by what you have just done. But grandfather looks at you intently, as though truly seeing you for the first time. There is a semblance of respect in his gaze. You are pulled back to the commoner's place at the altar. The light seizes you by the arms and legs and keeps you. You keep your face bent close to the bloody jagged stones on the floor. It strikes your right shoulder, then you left. You are told to rise. It takes her to lead you out of the church. Once outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate and bringing shame to your family. Nathan holds your hands as you walk. His tearful face a mixture of confusion as well as he looks into your eyes. You feel that you have made a mistake. You did what was right for you. Fuck. I'm exhausted from that, but fuck that. That was awesome. I'm taking the first sacrament and receive the commoner's lot. Okay. You challenge the sacred order and attempt to seize a noble lot. I didn't do it because I wanted to seize the noble lot, but I did it because I wanted to challenge the order. The mark left on you by the sacrament takes a long, long time to heal. This is a reminder of suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Gloria shows you the mark of the lash on her shoulder. You'll never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is the lot you were born into. Your father keeps telling you to study hard so you might yet earn a different lot, become noble of the mantle. You recall the past with warm sadness. When Stefan still lived with you, when he wrote to you for a time shortly after you left, now he thinks it's beneath him to write to the commoners of his family. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often back then. This changed shortly before Nathan was born. But most importantly, you missed the time before the terrifying figure of your grandfather was constantly looming over you. You learned the true power of the lot only after the head of families arrived. Fuck! Sorry. You learn the true power of the lot only after the head of families arrival. In grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserves to be treated with kindness. Is this just him? Or is this the way of the entire world? The very thought makes me crazy. You're older now, and what's more, you're an elder brother now. You've learned how to care about someone, how to teach and protect. Soon, you are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, play gradually gives way to laborious study. Now your choices will decide your place in the bizarre and ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. That was fucking rad. I loved every second of that. So, started my birth. So I'm 8 years old now? Or 7 or 8? Yes, I'll be 8, I think, in the next chapter. So, brother and sister, Nathan's birth, year of fear, grandfather's return, beyond. So I died. A lot happened in the year 24. A lot happened in the year 1124. I died and I gained the fencing lessons. Now, there were 2 other things. I didn't gain the insight, but that was the only thing. Will unlock in chapter 2. So there are 5 chapters. So there's adolescence, youth, peacetime, and revolt. These are the next 4, and I know personal path, your family relationships, and even the personal whether or not these events will take place depends on the number of circumstances. Which events should you strive for, and which should you avoid? That is up to you. So is this game really about... and I could be completely wrong, but is this really
a game where like random shit happens? Is there like an alternate timeline where grandfather didn't come back and Stefan didn't leave? Or is there a timeline where I was actually born a noble? And born the noble's lot? I don't know, honestly. That's a really interesting. I don't know. That's very cool, though. I really, really like this. But yeah. Important life lessons to be had. Yep. So this is a beyond the fencing lesson. Sacrament. And I kissed the sword. I challenged the sacred order. Fuck yeah. These are the ones I got. My determination, my perception. Personal qualities that you've accumulated in childhood, they will convert into adult qualities at the end of Chapter 2, Adolescence. Ah. Okay. I'm exhausted right now. So difficult choices are good for willpower. That's good to know. Reborn. Celebrating the last to death, one is reborn. One who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. It affects the frame of mind and the skills you have when you grow up. It affects frame of mind and the skills you have when you... Okay. Your perseverance and strength of character, your ability to get your way, represents how attentive you are to other people, the world around you, your ability to comprehend and learn. I wonder if those change things. But I will continue next time. And I will keep the hidden consequences, because I don't like seeing the consequences. I like the idea of it being this sort of random thing that I get to just kind of experience. Like, I really genuinely enjoy that, because I feel like it makes my decisions more natural. And if any of you play this game, which, by the way, you should definitely try it out, because it's currently free on Steam. That's right. This game is free on Steam. You can just get it and play it, which I personally recommend everyone here do, because this is a fantastic game. I like it because it is a fantasy, but it is a grim fantasy that feels like it somewhat hits close to home, but in a more extravagant way. But also just the setting is very, very fantasy, yes, but interesting. Just new and interesting, and I've never heard or have seen anything do anything like this. And this impressed the shit out of me. So, the life and suffering of Sir Brante, go get it. This is awesome. I love it so far. Sorry if this was super long. I didn't expect it to go, what is it, nearly 2 hours? An hour and a half, 2 hours, but I mean, fuck, I mean, that was good. Like, I genuinely enjoyed that, and I hope that you all enjoyed it too. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Because, damn, this was fun. Alright, well, bye.